Okay, here we go. I'm going to attempt to go through the flame test lab and show on camera the various flame colors for the chemicals we're using and then some unknowns. You'll notice right now I've got a burner flame adjusted for a hot flame. It has the center inner blue cone, which of course is unburned gases coming up. The hottest part of the flame is going to be just over the surface of that inner cone, and in particular right up at the tip. There's just a little bit of color coming into the flame, and that is due to the burner was used this morning for student labs, and there's probably a little bit of chemical contamination on the burner itself that's coloring the flame. We're going to try our best to ignore that as we go on. So you have at home or in your Google Classroom account, you should have the template I gave you for the lab report format, and there are 7 chemicals that we're going to do. We're actually going to have, well, like this one right here says Na for sodium. It's actually a solution of sodium chloride that's dissolved in water, but it has sodium atoms in here. And so I have a Q-tip that's been soaked in the chemical, and then I'm going to put that in the hot part of the flame. And we're observing the flame color. From what I can tell, that looked to be showing up on screen quite well. So that was sodium, Na. Our second chemical is going to be Ba for barium. Now that looks pretty similar to the first one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I have sodium coming from this side of the camera screen, and barium is going to come from this side. And let's just kind of compare one to the next. One to the next. Boy, those are coming out really similar. I'm going to try a new Q-tip for the barium. So again, this is barium. Now to me, there's a little bit of a brighter, paler color to the barium. Again with barium. Compared to the sodium, yeah, there's a little variation in the color, and I hope you can see it on the camera. I'm going to move on. Our next sample is going to be lithium. Li is lithium. I'm trying to watch my camera screen while I'm showing this, and the camera screen is really showing up a lot of bright. I think you want to look at the color around the edges of the flame. There was my lithium. next one is Ca for calcium. Ca stands for calcium. So is this going to be another one that looks like sodium? Well, while the color was pretty similar to sodium, you notice how this one doesn't seem to want to keep giving the real intense color? Let me show you. If I go back to sodium, and I put that in here, it gets pretty intense and stays intense. I'm going to go back to calcium. Not as intense. Starts giving some colors. And I think there's a little difference in the shade. Okay. Alright, next one up. K stands for potassium. Now we're starting to see the color. My eye in the room is seeing some difference. I'm not real confident how well it's going to show up for you, but you're going to do the best you can. Oh, there's a pretty one. Well, so we've had a lot of colors that are in the orange to red range. This one's a little different than what the other ones all were so far. Oh, I'm sorry, this last one was SR for strontium. Let me show you that one again. SR, strontium. Okay, and we've got one more of our known solutions. And I can tell you, unlike all the other solutions that I've had so far, the solutions have been clear. This one is blue, kind of a bluish green, and this is copper. Cu is copper. There's a rather different color showing up on our screen. So again, that last one, Cu, is copper. So those were all of the knowns, and of course you can play back this video and see all the knowns. Now I have some unknowns. In other words, I'm not telling you what's in this bottle. This is number one. Number one, you have to look at and describe this flame, and then try to take a guess what it is. Now, it is one of the 7 that I showed you. Okay, that was number 1. Coming up with number 2, we will see Okay, that was 2. Coming up with number 3. Next one, number 4. Here we have number 5. Number 5. Number 6 is coming up. And our last one, number 7. All right, there we go. I know this is not ideal, but hopefully you were able to see some differences in those flames and try to use them to identify the unknowns. All right, good luck.